What up, guys? Welcome back to the Ludus program, bronze phase, week 3, day number 3. Announcement for you all. This is the end of the first block of this first phase, meaning it's been 9 workouts we've done together now. We're gonna now take a little break, and then the next 9 workouts will be slightly altered. We'll add a little bit more accessory works, a little bit more biceps, triceps, shoulders, maybe even a little bit more abs too. So, don't know timeline on that, but just a heads up that that's coming. For today's workout, friendly reminder, set of adjustable dumbbells here. If you have different sets of dumbbells, that works as well. Adjustable bench, that is the only required equipment. Friendly reminder as well, make this your own. If you have a barbell, kettlebells, bags of cat food, use whatever your heart desires. This is your workout. We're gonna start off today. We have push-ups first, then we're gonna go into a Romanian deadlift. Now for the Romanian deadlift, usually on day 3, we're doing a single dumbbell. Today we're gonna go double dumbbell with a deficit. It's the last day of this block, let's hammer. Then we have step ups off the bench. Friendly reminder, if you have a step in your gym or in your house, that works good too. It's more sturdy, less foam. And then finishing off with a head supported bent over dumbbell row. 3 sets of each. We're gonna start warm up set here. I'm gonna go off the ground, go to the previous videos if you wanna see a regression or a progression to this. You can make this easier by going up on an incline or off your knees. You can make it harder by adding a plate or a band to your back. So, starting off, I remembered, turn your watch on if you have it. Strength, perfect. Okay, we're gonna go for 3 to 30 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's sufficient for a warm-up set. Now, we'll take about 60 seconds to 90 seconds rest between our sets. If you have been here since day 1, week 1, I want to thank you. It's you've invested your time and you've done this and you've shown up for yourself. So that's cool. It's good that you've done that, and I hope that you have found some value in it so far. It's fun to get to create this stuff for you guys. So if you like it, and if there's anything that you think we could do better as far as production value, more rants from me between the sessions, less rants, any constructive criticisms for the series, please reach out. We're very happy to hear. If you just talk shit, we'll talk shit back. So we're not scared of you. So we are almost at a minute here. That's 50 seconds of rest so far. Usually these have been falling off. Set number 2 and set number 3 are very rarely the same number for me lately. So let's go with 5 more seconds or so. All right, so we're at 65 seconds of rest. It's less than 90, but let's give it a go. So push-ups, set number 2, working set. Let's go. That's probably a 8.5 out of 10 there for me, maybe 9. Probably could do 1 or 2 more reps, but if I do that, I'm hitting failure. And then next set, the chance of hitting 23 or so again, very minimal. So take some rest. We are gonna do our last set of push-ups, and then we're gonna switch into some deadlifts. Friendly reminder, if you have them, lifting straps are very good for the heavy deadlifts, especially if the set's a little longer. I'm gonna use some lifting straps today so I can really push it. And if you don't have lifting straps, you might have seen it before, but I don't know the science behind it, but basketball players will commonly like rub their hands on the bottom of their basketball shoes and then like rub their hands together, and that kind of creates a little bit of grip. And if you don't have that, you can even use gymnast chalk if you have gymnast chalk at home, or even maybe something like weightlifting gloves if it helps you. I've seen clients in the gym that grab little sponges and hold the weight with a sponge in their hand. So there's not just one way to do that. You've got options. Okay, let's start thinking about getting ready for this last set. You know what I'll do here? I'm not gonna get as many reps, but just to show you guys, I'm gonna grab this 25-pound plate. I'm gonna put this bad boy on my back, and this side camera angle should capture it pretty good on how you'd set this up. So I'll show you guys how to set this up if you did want to focus on strength more. So let's imagine strength's your goal and you're doing push-ups. If you're someone that can do well over 12 reps, like myself as an example, adding a plate to your back can make it more where you can be in that range where you're doing 5 to let's say 12 reps, but really hard effort where you're hitting that failure mark. So then you're training that strength a little bit more and less of that like muscular endurance burn kind of thing. So you take the plate, I'm kneeling on my knees. I will put the plate behind my body and I'm just gonna grab the bottom of it and place it on my like lower back, tailbone, butt area. Then I would come up into my push-up position and I am good to do my second working set, last set of push-ups. So I'm here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, pretty good. Nice work. If you're still going, you're an animal. So, what we can do, we have that 25-pound plate, and that would be just enough to give me a little bit of a deficit. So we'll use this 25-pound plate for our dumbbell Romanian deadlifts today. So we're here, yeah, that setup's gonna be money. Really good if you, friendly reminder on the deficit deadlifts, but if you're doing if you're now moving your feet higher, so you're on a elevated surface, that's making the exercise more difficult because now your range of motion, rather than just going to like here and the weight touching the ground, now I'm up here and I have all that extra range I can now access. So definitely a little bit more on the advanced side. If you're still someone who is feeling a lot of lower back when you're doing your deadlifts and you're not feeling as much hamstring or glute, I would encourage you not to follow me on this going into a deficit. So, but like we said, it is officially week 3, day 3, last workout of this first half of phase 1. So we're gonna get crazy with it. All right, going for 8 to 12 reps, a little bit of control. Set 1. Oh yeah, nice job guys. A little bit of rest. We're gonna go up. Let's go 65. Alright guys, so we're not going yet, but set up your dumbbells accordingly for your next set. So we're here. Don't think I'll need straps for this second set. Still not up at the 80s, but third set will definitely be using that. Turn this phone off. All right. So, we'll go for 8 to 12 reps again. Really start to try and push it here. Kind of a fun tip for you guys, but if you're doing this one, if I turn my legs in kind of like pigeon-toed, I'm gonna hit a little bit more of the medial, so the inside of my hamstrings. So if you're really tight in there, you can actually purposely change the foot angle. So you can turn those legs in, you could turn them out more, and you might get a little bit more of that like sumo stance, a little bit more of your outside of your glutes and stuff, because now you're abducting your legs. But so you can play with it. So for this one, I actually usually have a pretty tight adductor. So I'm gonna purposely go a little bit pigeon-toed, a little bit cockeyed, if you will. So we're gonna purposely do that. So if you see me doing that, it is on purpose. So we're here. Okay. 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 All right. Nice set. Good shit. Take some rest. Have a drink of water. A drink of beer, maybe. Maybe some highly branched cyclic dextrin. I had some pre-workout today. First time I had some pre-workout in a while. I don't know about you guys, but that's a guilty pleasure of mine once in a while. I don't know how many of you guys would remember this, but I remember early in my workout days, like Jack 3D was like the supplement to get. I remember scoring it like grade 10, like 15 years old. And one of the ingredients in this pre-workout was called 1,3-dimethylene or something. Remember they said it's basically one of the ingredients that was in like speed or meth or I don't know, but remember the first time taking a scoop of that shit and was doing chest that day. And also you're 15, you have like a limited energy, but doing chest and just supersetted everything with back. And like 90 minutes straight of just blasting my chest and back. And felt zero signs of fatigue until at one point you go to do a pull-up and your arms just like give out and you're like, oh, okay. I've taxed everything. So if you've never tried pre-workout, I'm not trying to start an addiction with you. Probably black coffee would probably do the job. But something about those artificial food dyes and delicious flavors and the crazy packaging, I don't know, it just like makes me feel like a gorilla. So I don't know, if you ever want to feel like a gorilla, I'm not sponsored by any supplement companies, but sometimes it can be fun, assuming it's safe for you to do so, you don't have a heart condition, etc., etc. Not medical advice. All right, we're going up to 80, last set. Let's fucking go. So, here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go here. Oh. Straps. Straps, 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 straps. Everybody. Okay. These straps are myprotein.co.uk. Somehow I have some British lifting straps. Must have ordered supplements maybe from them before. So friendly reminder with the lifting straps, you put them around your wrist so they're supporting the bony part of your wrist, and then when the material comes down, it comes down between your thumb, pointer finger, like that. So I'm here, if you have a watch on or a bracelet, you might just want to like push it up a little bit off your watch so it can get the lifting straps down by the bone. So we're here. All right. Let's fucking go. Are you ready? Are you ready for this shit? Introducing. All right. One loop. Everyone knows the rules. So we go here. Oh yeah, that's a good. Always harder to get the second one as good as you got the first one. Okay, come on. Come on, you bastard. Okay. Drix is gonna have to cut this. This is a nice long rest period here. He always wants to pause my watch. All right, so we're good, we're set up. We're strapped, we're locked and loaded. All right, 8 to 12 reps. Ooh. Done. Oh, holy moly. Wow, nice job, guys. That's tiring. Gather yourself for a second. Okay. Step ups and then bent over dumbbell rows. So we're halfway done. I'll keep these close by in case my forearms betray me on these rows. Kind of rude, but we're gonna go legs, then legs again. So we're here. Friendly reminder that if you weren't liking the bench for some reason for your step ups, it's not rocket science. Like, there's a lot of ways you could do this. I could take these plates here and I could load one. If you're someone that really is in that beginner stage, maybe you're just in the early part of your lifestyle change, maybe you've allowed yourself to get very, very obese, or you have a knee problem or some sort of injury. If you start with a low step like this, pretty accessible, eh? Like, you can come down, tap, stand up, come down, tap, stand up. If you want to progress that a little bit, I could do something very simple like come down, I'm going to tap further in front of me, which requires more bend in my knee, more knee flexion. So then I come forward, tap more forward, come down, tap more forward. And then the more comfortable you get, the more you can bring the ground away from you and progress it. So now you're, coming all the way down here, tap, go. Maybe that feels good. Maybe reach, you tap that heel forward. Maybe this is too much, and now you need to make it a little bit easier, but you want to keep that new height, and maybe you come down on the ball of your foot, so your toes in the front of your foot, and you push off a little bit, and that'll help you too. So it's really about playing with it and identifying where you are in your journey right now. There's no right or wrong starting point. Fuck the side camera. There's no right or wrong starting point. So you're here, and you're just working through it, making notes of where you're at, so then you can always progress it. We're gonna do a timeout for a second and figure out this camera. Okay, we good? Okay, so first set of step ups. Let's use this new setup for our warm-up set. So you have plates stacked. You could use a step, a stool, a staircase, your usual bench, doesn't matter. So I'm here. Let's hike the hoochie daddies up. So we're here. Show off a little quad action. Make sure it's not hanging on my nuts though, because you guys are weird on TikTok. You're very fucking weird. So we're here, boom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice work. Other side. My stone frame over here, not too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. I kind of like that. We're gonna play with this more today. So stay here. Fucking move this over a bit. Boom. Let's go. All right. We're gonna progress this a little bit. So. All right. So we got our new stack here. Again, further it is away from the ground, harder this step up's gonna be. Especially if I'm thinking about doing this, really thinking about my ankle. If my ankle raised off the ground, it's not what I'm going for here. I really wanna keep my foot flat on the ground and push that knee over the toes, forcing my quads to really do that work and strengthen and overcome this force. Obviously, you're gonna get a lot of glute here too. This does work the glutes too, but really don't want to, it's not a bad thing to, per se, like to squat on your forefoot. That's like a sissy squat. There's knees over toe split squats. There's definitely application for doing that, but knee flexion, so bending of the knee, is priority 1 here for really stressing out those quads. So we're here, we got set number 2. I'm not even gonna need weight for this. This is gonna be much more challenging, especially if I go slow. So we'll hike up the hoochie daddies and we're going, set number 2. I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Oh, that's such a good burn. You might even feel too, if you're getting pain in the front of your foot into your ankle bone, there's a bone in there called your talus. I think it's called your talus bone. And there's sometimes that feels like it can kind of almost get stuck for me. So if you feel that, we can talk afterwards about a stretch or a band exercise you can do that might help you with that. So other side. Again, you are in control of gravity here, using your own muscles as the braking force to slowly lower yourself to the ground rather than flailing around like one of those wacky, wavy, inflatable tube men at the car dealerships. Nice work. Okay, that's 2. Last one, but not least, let's do a heavier dumbbell loaded step up. Quick drink of water. Friendly check-in, dude, but did you start doing the new habit? Did you start tracking that, I don't know, your protein, or the play your guitar every day, or the whatever the fuck it is you want to do? Have you done it, or are you still in that contemplation stage of telling yourself you'll do it when the conditions are perfect. Because they're not, and they'll never be perfect. So again, avoid the lie, the life lie that you'll do X once Y occurs, because usually that's not gonna happen. So I encourage you to do the thing that you want to do, that you know is gonna move you forward towards becoming an even better version of yourself. So I got a 45-pound dumbbell here. Let's see how this goes. So we're here, last set. Might be hard. I might come down here for this. Yeah, that's better. Oh man, that works that inside of that quad, that VMO so much more. I don't know, are you feeling that? God damn. Okay, last set here. Other side. Get that dumbbell hanging down by your side. You could go goblet if you want the arm pump too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that burns. Nice work, team. All right. Arguably the best part now, back. The back attack. The return of the latimus dorsi. So have some water, get set up. I'll grab my dumbbells here in a second. So we're here. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust this bench for us. Boom. Okay, nice. So let's start relatively light. Still kind of a warm-up-ish set, even though we're pretty warm. So we have 45s here, bent over, head supported dumbbell row. 3 sets, and then you are done. Day 3, week 3 of the first phase of the Ludus program. You're doing the thing. Let's finish strong. So you're here, supporting that head against the bench. Strong core. Fuck the side angle. Yeah, they don't need that. Oh yeah, I love these. Take some rest. We're gonna go up in weight. I will use straps on this one near the end because my grip strength just atrocious lately. Okay, what do you think? 60? No? 65? 70? Jesus, that's fucked up. You're the boss though. Let's do it. I feel like that's like Dora the Explorer. She's like, what should we do? Swipe or no swiping? Okay, let's bring these over here. 70. I don't know how many I'm gonna get here. Whew. Fuck it. If you guys have never, I know I talked about it already, and I don't know how many people have done, again, how many of you have done each day with this phase or this program, but especially if this is a new habit you're forming, like lifting weights again, or like doing things that maybe you don't want to do but you know will lead to you having a better lifespan, a better health span. It'll make you a better version of yourself, a better dad, a better wife, a better son, a better employee, a better business owner. You got to think long term. We overestimate what we can do in the short term. We underestimate what we can do in the long term. And something as simple as lifting weights 2 times a week or 3 times a week for 20 or 30 minutes will change your fucking life if that becomes a habit. If default programming for you is every week, 90 minutes of that week, I'm gonna fucking blast some weights, 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. Like, I'm not trying to offend you here, but you're fucking lying to yourself if you say you can't find time for that. The busiest people in the world make time for stuff like that because the data is very clear. You could search up someone online called Dr. Peter Attia. I'm reading his book right now, Outlive. And his whole thing is he's talking all about you have your lifespan, which is, let's say the average Canadian man lives till, I think it's 79 or 80, and the average Canadian woman is 84. So that's your health or your lifespan. Your health span is how many of those 80 years are good years? Because if you're 65 and you're so obese and you're so fucking out of shape that you can't even live autonomously and you need assisted living care, you can't take a dump yourself, you can't go up and down the stairs yourself, you're taking 12 pills every morning and every evening. Like, you're alive, but you don't have a health span anymore. So the idea is, how much further can we push our health span so it's as close as possible to our lifespan? So rather than taking a sharp decline over the course of our life and hitting 60 and then being useless, sorry again if that offends you, but I'm passionate about this. It's how can we expand it so we're 75, we're still on the golf course, we're still able to live on our own, we're still lifting weights, we're still walking down to the local restaurant, getting our coffee. Like, you're still able to live and enjoy life. It's like, just because you're breathing doesn't mean you're alive and you're living. And this right here, this fucking habit, is one of the most proven ways, if not the single most proven way, to make that happen. And as of right now, Big Pharma has not found a way to package this and put it in a drug. They haven't found a way where they can do this for us. So this is something that you have to do for you, because you know it's gonna help out future version of you to be able to play with your grandkids, do the shit you wanna do on your terms. And if you're not doing it now when you're younger, you're shortcutting your future self, and it's gonna be much harder the longer you wait because you're the youngest you're ever gonna be. So, end of rant, but just don't be a dickhead. Be nice to future version of you. Pick up the heavy weights, take the creatine, eat the high protein diet, eat the dessert, fucking clang and bang. Put some Metallica on and just get after it. Not a Metallica fan, put on some Big X The Plug. Live your life. All right, let's go. So, big brace in the core. 1, 2, fuck you side camera. 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Ah. Let's fucking go. I love that. All right, last set. Then we're done like dinner. Might as well go for 80. Who knows how we'll get, but let's try it. If I could, like, I'm a bit of a nerd. A bit of a bookworm is the word I would use. And there was this viral reel that was circulating, and a bunch of my friends, and even my sister sent it to me, where it was like, send this to somebody who's like a jacked nerd. And I was really honored to have that title. But if you're interested, if I could make a series of a couple book recommendations that changed my life and I think would change someone's life, who maybe you've had an aha moment where you want to transform yourself, you want to become a better version of you, here's a couple books you could consider. And you could even go on Blinkist or YouTube and like watch an animated summary of it to see if it's kind of your cup of tea. So one right there, Outlive. If health is a focus, it's a Bible of a book. I'm not even all the way through it, but his whole concept on health span versus lifespan, even if you watch it as a podcast clip, is worth knowing, because this is the name of the game. We're trying to increase our health span here. Book 2, Atomic Habits, easily one of the most influential books I've ever read, even if it is boring. There's some great YouTube summaries online of it, but basically showing that we don't rise to the level of our motivation or whatever it is. We fall to the level of our habits and our systems. And usually if you're trying to build a new habit, you need to start way smaller and way simpler than you think. Like sub 2 minutes for a new habit. Book 3, Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. I'm not saying this is you, but a lot of people out there are pussies. It's 2025, everyone's fucking offended. Everyone thinks the world revolves around them. Here's a news flash. The world doesn't revolve around you. You're not the center of the universe. I'm saying this to myself. I'm gonna watch this video because I think I'm the center of the universe half the time. You are not that important. None of us are. So the sooner we get over that and realize that no one's coming to save us and that we are the masters of our own fate and we can will ourselves to do incredible things even if the odds are stacked against us, that's an empowering message. And if you feel personally attacked by the words that David writes in that book, then that's a good clue that you should consider looking internally at what that is chafing against, because that's a man, say what you want about him, but had arguably the most fucked up cards ever dealt to him and ended up turning his life into one that inspires and has transformed millions. And then 2 other books would be The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I think his name is. A really great book about finding your life's purpose. Very easy read too, probably the easiest read of the ones I've recommended so far. And another great one was Tuesdays with Maury. Or Maury. That's a book about dying. It's a book about mortality. Beautiful book. That one made me cry. And that one I think everyone should read, because most of us don't give a fuck about the thought of death, or we all think we're going to be immortal until we find out we're about to die. And the sooner we can get over it, the better. Actually, sorry, number 6, Meditations, Marcus Aurelius. That also is a timeless philosophy book, and Marcus loves talking about death. All right, last set. For all the marbles, 4th exercise. Let's go. So I'm up. Pick that one up weird. So I'm here. Get set. Abs are braced. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy shit. Okay. Dude. Week 3, day 3, completed. That's 9 workouts in. Don't know when the next phase of this is gonna drop, but there will be some new exercises for you guys. As always, good job. You've been leveling up, you've been doing the thing. Maybe you hate this, maybe you love this. Regardless, if you've gotten this far, you are one of the rare few that actually went till the end. And that means you are one of the rare few that's willing to do the work. So whether it's showing up with me or it's one of the millions of other great creators out there, or going to your local gym or wherever you go, keep hammering the habit. Atomic habits. Do not break the new chain. You're fucking crushing it. You should be proud of yourself. If you're not proud of yourself, I'm proud of you. Keep hammering the work. Don't be a little bitch. And keep going. Thank you for showing up today. We'll see you next time.